At it, Beth. So let me call to order meeting number 25 of the Advisory Finance Committee for fiscal year 21. Today is April 26, 2021. And I will now read the governor's order. Pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law and the governor's March 15, 2020 order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place, this meeting of the Westborough Advisory Finance Committee will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information and the general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and or parties with a right and or requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the Town of Westborough's website, town.westborough.ma.us. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to watch the meeting may do so in the following manner. Watch live on youtube.com Westborough TV or Westborough TV channel 28 for Verizon and channel 192 for Charter. Or watch a recorded version on the website westboroughTV.org under the Government tab, Meetings on Demand. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort is being made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post on the Town of Westborough's website an audio or video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. Okay, so tonight's agenda is minutes, and then we jump into the warrant articles, and if we have time, or we're so inclined, we can do a first edit on the R&R. So could I have a motion to approve the minutes of meeting number 24 of April 22nd, please?
Motion to approve the minutes of the meeting of April 22nd.
Second?
Yeah. Is that the right date?
Bradley, second.
Bradley? Thank you, Andrew. Okay, so first article of business really is discussion of the...
How about vote?
Oh, sorry. I'm trying
You're rushing.
Efficient. Okay, in alphabetical order. We're ready? Yes.
Blumberg, yes.
Hensley, go.
Jody, you're gonna mess me up. I know I go after you.
No,
I go after Brett. I go after, yeah, Bradley, go ahead.
After Blumberg's board.
Board,
Me?
yes.
Okay. All right.
Bradley, yes.
Jody. Bradley, now
Hensley.
Jody.
Hensley, yes.
Eagle, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Sadiq, yes. Hank?
Rouch is,
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, Hank should
Rouch,
be
yes.
before
All
Zaffer.
right. So we're getting, we might be able to
We
walk
went backwards on that one.
Left.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
9-0.
you got 9-0-0, right? Listen, in the efficiency or the interest of efficiency of time, I think we ought to follow Hank's idea that he mentioned last week and vote on the non-monetary articles first, which would be Articles 13 through 26 and 29. And then if we can start on the financial ones, we'll do that tonight. If not, we'll save those for Thursday. Is everybody okay with that? Any contrary-minded folks?
Just number 16, which we understand to be being rewritten, we might want to skip.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
All right. So let's go and start with Article 13. And the process we'll follow is a simple one. I'll ask for a motion on the articles. A discussion will follow, if any, and then alphabetical voting, which is the process we agreed. So can I have a motion on Article 13?
I move that Article 13, extended contract for EV charging stations, be approved.
Second,
Second, you need to add that as written in the warrant.
As written and be approved as written in the warrant.
thank you.
Thank you.
Did you second, Hank?
Yes, it did.
Okay, I'm seeing something from John Arnold here that says to everyone.
That's the alphabetical list
Perfect.
in the chat.
All right,
Uh-oh.
okay,
It's not a political statement.
thank you. All right, any discussion on this article? Hearing no discussion, let's vote alphabetically. Moretti, yes.
Blumberg, yes.
Ford, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Siegel, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
900. Moving on, Article 14. May I have a motion to accept Article 14?
I move that we approve Article 14, acceptance of easements West Park Drive as written in the warrant.
Second? Don't be bashful.
Bradley, second.
Okay. All right, discussion. Hearing no interest in a discussion, let's go to a vote. Moretti, yes.
Blumberg, yes.
Ford, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Siegel, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
900 by my count. Okay. Moving to Article 15. May I have a motion to accept Article 15?
I just want to put in there that we recommend the town to accept. I mean, you skipped sort of recommend in the last one.
Okay, why don't you make the motion, Beth?
I move that we recommend the town to accept the easement on West Park Drive as written in the warrant.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll go to a vote. Moretti, yes.
Blumberg, yes.
Ford, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Siegel, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
Okay, 900. We are going to skip Article 16 since it's being rewritten, then we'll probably get it in the new version. Let's move to Article 17. I have a motion to accept.
I move that we recommend to accept Article 17, establish a disability commission under Mass General Law, Chapter 40, Section 8J, Community Development Director / ADA Coordinator.
Is there a second?
Bradley, second.
Any discussion on this article? Then hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Moretti, yes.
Blumberg, yes.
Ford, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Siegel, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
900. Article 18 does have a financial piece to it, but it's set up as a maximum expenditure. Shall we go ahead and vote on this article? Okay.
All right.
May I have a motion to accept Article 18?
I move that we recommend to accept Article 18, Facility Rental Revolving Account, as written in the warrant.
Is there a second?
Siddiqui, second.
Discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Moretti, yes.
Bloomberg, yes.
Ford, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Eagle, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
Okay, 900. Moving on to Article 19. May I have a motion to accept?
I move that we recommend to accept Article 19, amend general bylaws, change Board of Selectmen to Select Board.
For second,
Second.
Mr. Ralph
Hank.
seconds. Hank,
Yeah.
any discussion on this?
I have one question with regard to, there's a nominal cost associated. Did we ever discern what that nominal cost would be?
I don't believe we did.
There's no, this warrant does not, this article does not authorize any expenditure. So the nominal cost will have to be absorbed as part of the routine budget of the operating units.
Operating budget, okay.
Okay,
Thank you, Hank.
thank you.
Any other discussion? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Moretti, yes.
Bloomberg, yes.
Ford, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Eagle, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
900. Moving on to Article 20. May I have a motion on Article 20?
I move that we recommend to support Article 20, amending zoning bylaws, change Board of Selectmen to Select Board.
Is there a second?
Second.
Discussion? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Moretti, yes.
Bloomberg, yes.
Ford, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Eagle, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Mr. Rouch?
Roush, yes. Sleeping.
Siddiqui, yes.
900. Article 21. May I have a motion on Article 21? Jody, you're doing so well. Keep going.
Yeah, I'll do it unless anybody wants to jump in there. I move that we recommend to support Article 21, amend town charter, change Board of Selectmen to Select Board.
Is there a second?
Second.
Bloomberg. Okay, discussion. Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Moretti, yes.
Bloomberg, yes.
Ford, yes.
Mr. Bradley?
Did we lose Hank?
Andrew, are you there?
He lost audio.
Lost audio. He's lost his audio.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes, sir. You can send us a note.
I can keep going and.
All right,
keep going.
yes.
Eagle, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
Okay, 800 on that one.
Unless you want to wait for Andrew to get back.
Well, we can
Let's see.
see. Okay, let's just, did I just see him? Yep, let's see. He popped in again and then he popped out. Let's move on. Let's move on.
800.
Yep. Andrew, are you with us? I guess not. Okay, we'll just move on until he gets back. Okay, Article 22. May I have a motion on Article 22?
I move that we recommend to support Article 22, amend the town charter, includes facilities department in the Department of Public Works.
Second.
For second.
Beth,
That-
Any discussion on this?
This is Andrew. I apologize. I fell off of audio. Can somebody please prompt me as to where we are?
We're on Article 22, Andrew, about to take a vote.
Thank you kindly.
Okay, no discussion. Beretti, yes.
Lundberg, yes.
Board, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Bill, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
Okay, 900.
Just one question.
Yes.
So on the 21, which Andrew missed, is that 801? Is that correct?
I think it's 800.
800. It's 800.
Abstain.
Did you want to give him an opportunity to vote?
I'm okay. I don't know.
John, can we do that?
Yeah, if you want to just reopen the vote and just say you're going to revisit Article 21 or whatever and ask for Andrew's vote, I think you can do that.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're going to revisit Article 21, reopen the vote. And Andrew, would you like to vote on Article 21?
I would, and my vote would be yes.
Okay,
Bradley, yes.
Thank you.
900.
I didn't see that coming.
I'm sorry, Melanie?
I said I didn't see that one coming.
Okay. A little levity tonight.
Excitement at the.
That was a shocker.
Okay, moving on to Article 23. May I have a motion on this article?
I move that the committee vote to support Article 23, amend general bylaws, timing of town meeting and town election.
Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you. Discussion.
Does someone want to remind me, was this a technical correction in the language?
I
Yeah.
think
Part of it was because the town council thought that the old wording wasn't precisely clear about the fall town meeting having 0 quorum. And it also goes back to just some cleanup of some language that hasn't really been in practice for a number of years. So it's partially just making it reflect reality. And then town council suggested the change to make it much more clear that both the annual town meeting and the regularly scheduled fall town meeting have 0 quorum, and every other special town meeting has a quorum of 50. So in practice, it won't change how we behave, but town council thinks that it's worded better this way.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
any other discussion? Okay, hearing.
Should I
none.
point out
Wait,
that
I
the,
do have a question.
Okay, Beth, go ahead.
On this one, it still says selectmen. Should we be correcting it in the warrant, i.e. tell Christie to fix it for tomorrow, to select board? Like, how does this work? Because we're correcting it and we're correcting it to something and then it's going to be corrected?
My guess is that the action on the earlier article won't really take place until the Attorney General or till the town clerk approves the official minutes. And so this would be another thing that would get automatically corrected by that when it kicks in.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Andrew, you had a question?
exactly the same thing that Beth said. Thank you.
Thanks. Okay, any other discussion? We'll move to a vote. Beretti, yes.
Lundberg, yes.
Board, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Eagle, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Mr. Rouch,
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
900. Okay, moving on to Article 25. This is an exciting one.
4.
I'm sorry, 24. My apologies.
What page does this one land on?
12.
12?
So John's answer was actually to this one, not to the one before.
Okay, sorry, I wasn't looking at it, but they're all related. It was essentially 2 different articles changed to different parts. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Thanks, Paul.
Thank you.
Okay. So where are we? Article 24? May I have a motion?
Is this the one, Article 24, amend general bylaws town meeting quorum? That's
Yep.
what I have.
Yeah.
Isn't that what we did last one?
No,
Okay,
the last one was the,
23.
Yeah. The last one, the purpose of the last one was to make it clear that the selectmen aren't compelled to have the town meetings on the Saturday in March or on the Monday in October, but just to
Starting at 1 o'clock.
remind that it's a hint for that and to tighten up some of the language.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think the way the articles are printed at this later part of the warrant is a little confusing.
Yeah.
All different sections. So
Okay.
article,
So that's Article 21 and then, okay, 22. Okay.
so now we're on to Article 24.
All right, I'll move that we vote to support Article 24, amend general bylaws, town meeting quorum.
There is second.
Second.
Bradley, second.
Take your pick on that one, Walter.
I heard that first.
Okay. Any discussion on this article? Okay, hearing none, we move to a vote. Moretti, yes.
Lundberg, yes.
Ford, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Eagle, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
900. Oh, this is the exciting one, the licensing of solicitors and canvassers. Article 25, may I have a motion on this article, please?
I can't even find it in my printout.
Just below the other one,
Bottom of
page
page
12.
12.
Bottom of page 12, Jody.
Yeah, mine printed at the bottom of my page 12. I'm in, Article 25. There it is. All right, I move to support Article 25 to amend general bylaws, Article 24, licensing of solicitors and canvassers. Thank you.
Is there a second? Anybody?
Bradley, second.
Right.
Thank you.
Second, Roush.
All solicitors.
Unsolicited. Touche, Paul.
I
Very
do
good.
have a question on this one.
All right, discussion. Go ahead, Beth.
I don't remember hearing, I remember reading it, but I don't remember hearing it being discussed in our meetings. Was there something that brought this up or is it like a housekeeping?
John, can you help us with this?
He left for a few minutes.
Oh.
I looked in the note.
Okay.
Did we discuss this at all?
I recall seeing it at
I read it.
a discussion about them wanting to have a better standard for what the card could be or how you prevent it.
Wait, how you prevent solicitors coming to your house?
Yeah.
Or I think that, because I lived in a region of the country where this was standard practice, where they had an ID that was very visible when they approached your door. And that's how I'm reading this one, is more about, they're not coming up asking for a glass of water. They're coming up to solicit some sort of business.
Yeah. Okay. I just remember the first time I saw a sign that said no solicitors, I was about a 10-year-old Girl Scout going, huh? And not realizing that actually applied to me as a Girl Scout.
Yes, it did.
Right.
Any further discussion on this article? Okay, then without objection, we'll move to a vote. Moretti, yes.
Lundberg, yes.
Ford, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Eagle, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
900. Okay, we're moving on to the one
Can I ask one question? Does this mean now that Girl Scouts will need to get a sign, getting them permission?
That's probably something you should have asked while we were discussing.
I understand that, but I'm a slow thinker and now I'm asking it.
I have no idea, but I can only imagine,
Okay. Thank you.
right?
Unless I would think if they're in their their uniform, that is a sign. No?
I have,
This isn't a sign
No,
on the
weatherproof.
solicitor person. You're asking, does a scout need like a license to sell cookies?
To sell cookies
This
or
doesn't-
wreaths or
This doesn't
trees.
deal with that at all. This is the other end. It's a way of you as a homeowner can put up a
Identifying.
certain sign that says you don't want.
But there's section 11, which is the duty of the solicitor.
It's up to them when they see the sign not to bother the person.
well, we have voted on this one.
Okay, that's fine.
This
I'm,
conversation is for our general information, I guess.
And it says peacefully
We're not-
depart, and you know how those Girl Scouts are.
Yeah.
They're
We're
route.
not changing any requirements on solicitors. We're changing requirements on homeowners or apartment dwellers.
Yeah,
To-
because the duty of solicitor changed is just saying instead of ordinance, it says bylaw.
okay,
It doesn't change what it says.
Right.
okay, fine.
Okay, let's
Thank
move.
you.
You're welcome, Beth. Let's move on. Article 26, Animal Control Poultry Bylaw. May I have a motion on this one?
I vote to recommend Article 26, amend general bylaws, animal control poultry bylaw,
As written in the.
as written in the warrant for all of these, Walter.
Is there a second?
Bradley, second.
All right, we can't duck this one, guys.
Ooh.
Sorry.
I'm
Oh,
not going to be chicken about my vote.
okay. And John, I see John is back. Okay.
Uh-oh, the boss is back. Behave yourself.
Is there any discussion on this article?
Well, I feel like supporting it because there's really nothing in place, which is worse than having something in place. So I think that's why I tend to support it.
Well, it also, they put a lot of work into it
Hmm.
to try and make it fair on both sides.
I agree.
Yeah, I'll agree there's work put into it. That's not why I'm voting for it. To the comment made, it's absolutely because there's nothing in place right now. I have concerns about some of the quirks living next to a couple of potential owners, but I'm much happier that we are with this bylaw and this change to the article than with our current state with nothing.
Yeah.
Any other comments or discussion? Okay. Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Already, yes.
Lumberg, yes.
Board, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Eagle, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
So 900 on Article 26. Moving to Article 29.
Seven.
No,
Oh, we're skipping 27? Okay.
27 and 28 because they
That's money.
financial at this point. Article 29. May I have a motion on this article?
I'm still getting by slaughtering here and severability. Let's see. We're all the way to the end then.
Page 20.
20. Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
This is
Lord.
Article 29. I vote that we recommend support of Article 29, amend general bylaws, Article 14, Committee for Soldiers Memorials, as written in the warrant.
Is there a second?
Second.
And you meant you move, right? Not vote.
Any discussion on this article? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Beretti, yes.
Lumberg, yes.
Board, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Eagle, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Hank,
Roush, yes.
Siddiqui,
Roush,
yes.
yes.
Siddiqui, yes.
Thank you. 900. Okay, that concludes our discussion of the non-financial articles. So we have a choice right now. We could either move to a discussion of the draft R&R to date, or we could go into any of the financial articles for discussion, I would guess, if there is any discussion. I'm perfectly happy with waiting until Thursday to deal with the financial articles, to give the Board of Selectmen a chance to have their meeting and see if there are any changes.
Yeah, you didn't receive motions which nailed down
Nothing.
specified the funding source for all of these yet.
Well, funding source we did get. We got that from the town finance director.
Oh,
From the what?
from Leah?
From Leah, she emailed.
Oh, yes, sorry, we did. Thank you for reminding me, Walter. We did.
One of the sheets, all the financial article, I hold it up so you can read it. No, one of the finance sheets had a breakdown, anticipated funding sources, has all the articles that have funding and then where they're coming from.
Yep.
Did that go to every member?
Yeah,
I think so.
I forwarded those to everybody.
Okay.
It's amongst a whole bunch of other, it's amongst a bunch of other PDFs.
Yeah. You know, I'm kind of ambivalent. But I got to stop drinking before these meetings.
I'm thinking we covered 15 of the 29, so we're halfway. So
I'm kind of ambivalent,
to be fair,
about doing these tonight. If you want time to look over that sheet, we can do it on Thursday as well. Okay.
Yeah, there's only 2 articles on here that are raised, 3 articles that are raised.
That are what, Hank? You're breaking up a little.
There's only 3 articles that are raise and appropriate. Everything else is either an enterprise fund or a free cash or transfer.
Yeah.
One borrow.
You have a suggestion, Hank?
No, I just, the only raise and appropriate that's substantial is the overall budget of $108 million.
Yeah.
The other 2,000. So, I mean, there's not a lot of risk about where the expenditures are going to be booked.
Does anybody want to deal with these tonight? Again, I'm perfectly willing to do that. Or would you rather wait until Thursday?
Well, it's early. Do we want to do another small chunk of them or something?
We can.
Like the Article 3s or the Article or the Article 7 capitals. Or...
Yeah, Article 1 and 2. Sorry, who had a comment?
No, I was just going to say that, you know, a lot of times we'll go through and just indicate those that anybody has discussion of, and then you can vote on the others quicker or something. But
Yeah, I mean, I think we can knock off a good number of them tonight comfortably and then know what our questions are. And, like, if we need to get more information, it'll come through when we start to vote.
Well,
Okay, so the way I sit here then, the increase in the tax rate that we heard of on Thursday is going to be the one that if we approve all of the articles tonight that we're going to land with. And that was a 4.8% increase at 4.8% increase and at $322.
Yeah, I'd wait on the raise and appropriate. I really
Jody, if you go to
we're losing you, Hank.
Go to the ATM AFC draft. There's a document that was provided by the town accountant, by the town finance manager, that's headed ATM AFC booklet draft 4. That has the information about spending and revenue estimates and the tax rate average single family tax bill calculation.
Yeah, and
it shows a 3.32% increase on the average single family house tax bill.
Okay, that's different than the, okay.
and the articles,
4.8%. So
Please, one at a time. Go ahead, Hank.
That is we agreed with the town manager and the finance director that we'll use the finance director's numbers in our R&R booklet. So that's the sheet of paper that would go into our R&R booklet unless we somehow convince Leah to change it.
The articles here only affect $56,000 of tax rate plus whatever the borough breaks into, 1/20th of. All the others are coming from free cash or other retained earnings.
Well, the budget is huge.
Yeah, right.
I
Big one. Other than that, right?
Other than the 100 million.
So,
Well, where I
What's your
am is
pleasure?
I didn't get to print out, or I failed to print out that particular email. So I haven't looked at those. I understand, I'm gonna have to go dig for them, which I could if you give me a few minutes. If you want to do the votes, I'd love to have those numbers in front of me when I take those votes. So I don't know whether to say, let's look at the R&R, the report and recommendations first, or take the votes on all the financial articles. But when we go through, if somebody has those in front of them and could just highlight on the financial ones, the source of funding, that might take care of it.
are you comfortable with that, Jody? Because if not, we can wait till Thursday.
You can also look at, and Paul sent out a spreadsheet that has all the funding source too.
All in one place, including the sums.
And when did yours come in, Paul?
I sent it out today around, I think, 4 o'clock maybe.
Yeah, I've been on the road all day today. Okay.
All right, look, let's not belabor this. Let's just wait on these until Thursday.
Yeah,
And we'll
Thank
move
you.
to the R&R. And then Thursday, everything will be, the warrant will be closed. We'll have all of the funding sources. Everybody will have a chance to pull down paper they need to pull down and review, and we'll be ready to go.
thank you.
Okay?
That's good.
Okay, so you all want to move to the R&R draft. I'm,
It's a
by the
good
way,
start.
a couple of you did comment to me, and I thank you very much. So floor is open for discussion.
I thought it was an absolutely great start. Sorry, I didn't make any official comments. I did think it was really funny as I started reading where you got to the blanks to be filled in.
Well, I'm waiting to do the calculations, and I'm going to work with Leah on making sure those numbers are absolutely right.
Yeah, so I mean, I feel like we can only talk about the earlier parts of it because
Well,
once you
that's
get to
it.
the numbers, it's pending.
Yes.
I read through this in a fair amount of detail this morning, and I honestly thought it read like a very good explanation, very relevant to what we've been through over this last year. It has the arc of that story, the status of where we are right now, the input that's coming in that might predict some spending in the future. And then you repeated the primer on municipal finance. I couldn't think of anything to change.
Yeah, it was well done.
Anybody else?
Yeah, one thing that's notable, the increase in Chapter 70, so-called school aid, Chapter 70 funding from the state, the increase is 34.67%. I believe one has to comment about that in the in our commentary. That's a huge number.
Yeah, and I think
Oh, and
it will be attributed to the fact we switched to full-time kindergarten because that will settle back down.
Well,
This is a one-time thing.
well, yeah, I'm not confident that that's why that number went up. I don't really understand why that number went up, but I think it'd be appropriate for us to comment about. That's an unusually large increase and probably not sustainable, but I don't want to say anything that's
That jinxes it?
not factually correct. No, I don't want to say actually correct.
Okay.
I don't believe in jinxes, but I do believe in facts. The other thing you might think about commenting about, there's two other large increases on the revenue side. One is the free cash, well, yeah, with the free cash used, which is 10%, and on the enterprise receipts, 10%. Those are unusually large numbers. And, again, it might be worth comment about, are they sustainable? Are they, is the country turnaround? Is the 10% increase in free cash sustainable? Can we increase it 10% every year? Or is that a one-time because we got lucky or something?
Okay. Yeah, first of all, on your first comment about Chapter 70, I think everybody, including the town manager, was taken by surprise on this one. And no one has given me an explanation as to why we got such a large increase. And it seems to be, as I recall, if I recall her comments correctly, it seemed to be rather unique. Westborough was rather unique with this amount of money. So I'm going to circle back to her and try to suss out some more detail. And I will make a comment about it because it is a large amount of money, and you're right, we don't know if it's sustainable year over year.
I mean, that's like in the neighborhood of $3 million.
Correct.
So in the neighborhood of 2.5%, that's in the neighborhood of 2.5% of our single-family tax bill. I mean, expenditures are 128 million, and you got 3 million coming in. That's a bluebird. That's an unexpected windfall from the state.
Yep.
So Hank, when you say you don't think it might be sustainable, it means that we've got an extra $3 million this year, and we may see less than that next year. We might not get a repeat of that.
You may see a negative number next year.
Okay.
When we talked about the kindergarten, there was an estimate that was putting around, I don't widely touted, as being a $700,000. Well, $700,000 suddenly became $3 million. Many other communities seeing their Chapter 70 go the other way. So, I mean, to me, it's one of those things that's intelligent people at the town meeting ought to be asking questions about what's going on.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I mean, you might do well just to point that out as a very unusual increase, and that we have to stand ready to, I don't know, maybe ask the town manager if she thinks we'll see that number again next year, or we'll see less there next year. So we'll have to plan around that. Is it an anomaly, or will we be able to build on that?
I mean, I would suggest that ourselves and the town manager ought to come to agreement. Actually, ourselves, the town manager, and the Board of Selectmen, possibly the Board of Selectmen chair, ought to agree on a statement on an appropriate explanation of that number to the town meeting.
Any other comments?
If we're going to juxtapose that money, and I think we should, there's the fact we're still paying $300 more per month, per resident per year, I should say, not per month, per year, in spite of that couple $1 million windfall. And I think that part of that is because we've decided not to put away $700,000. There's a couple of other adjustments that were made. So we have a windfall, and your bill is still going up $300 is something to be explained. But I think that Christy tried to address that when she was with us last meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we really can't talk about next year, but we know from the work that we've done that we expect a 4 to 5% increase from the schools and a 4 to 5% increase from the town. So the numbers are not going to be any more attractive or comfortable for us senior citizen types next year than they are this year.
No, they're not, because
you take away that state.
Go ahead, Hank.
You take away that state windfall, and we're going to absolutely get blocked next year.
Yeah, and I recall the superintendent saying that they intended to come back in the next couple of years and try to recoup some of those lost funds, some of those pre-COVID funds that were cut from the budget. And I know Christie is thinking the same way.
I mean, when Beth and I had conversations with the school department finance manager, the school department superintendent, it was quite clear that they're looking at another 4 to 5% next year because they've got salary increases, they've got haven't added, they've got major technology expenditure that there's just a lot of that won't be available to consume next year.
Okay. All right. I think everybody's point is pretty much similar. We got to go back to the town manager and maybe even the Board of Selectmen about a statement on this that we can incorporate into this report.
It'd be nice if they could talk about it in the Board of Selectmen tomorrow night.
I'll call Alan tomorrow and also call Christie and see what can be done.
Yeah, given that you're going to be discussing a lot of unknowns, I'm not sure that discussing the details of where these adjustments come from is probably not appropriate in a public meeting until we understand the factual basis. Mm-hmm. Discussing that we really need to communicate to the town meeting and to the public about talking about the numbers, because it has a tendency to start rumors.
Okay, let me, like I said, I'll talk with both of those individuals tomorrow and see what we want to do going forward. But I am sensitive to discussing things in a public forum that can create rumors that are unfounded. So, any other comments on the
I
article?
also thought it was excellent, except for the little bit of feedback I gave you. And did we always have this? I didn't look back. Did we always have it with all the blanks out? Did we always have that many numbers in the text?
It's been in the past. I looked at 2020. That was principally 2020.
Okay, it's a lot to absorb. Even if the numbers were there. But
is. Well, Paul, once I get the numbers, I'll try to smooth out the narrative piece of it so it reads a little easier, because it is a lot to absorb. Most people are not going to look at this until they're sitting down in the meeting. Right. So
they have the tables. So this is a place to really make the big points like what Hank just brought up and everyone.
Okay, good. Thank you, Paul. Anybody else?
Yeah, I was just going to ask about the hot
one of the reasons we put it.
Go ahead.
Hank, hang on.
Go ahead, Hank. Mine's formatting, Hank. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm having trouble with my internet connection. Sorry about that. But the reason we put a lot of the numbers into the text is that we assume that there's a set of people who, like myself, who are really happy reading these tables, and there's other people that look at the table and they don't understand it, and they deal better with the numbers being in text.
Okay.
Yeah, good point.
That's fine. It's good.
Some
Good
people
enough.
like charts too, but let's not go there.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? Any other comments?
The hot links that you included, the AFC R&R,
Yeah.
were they the same hot links that we had a year ago? And are they still relevant? I mean, they're good to go back and look at historical information.
Yeah, they are.
Okay. So you found them useful and you're going to just pass
I did,
them.
but to be honest with you, it's, I included them simply because they seem to be, they were there in the context of the entire report. And, you might have some folks who want to dig a little deeper.
Well, and that's what I found. I had to dig through all of these links, and some of them were, took a little bit of finding.
Yep.
So that's why I kept them all, so that we could share them if people wanted to go back. And it actually is a good primer for how to look around the website to create a historical view. Thank you.
Any other comments?
To that end, is the calculation at the end in the municipal finance basics still correct?
As far as I know, it is, because I had that kind of conversation with the town manager about 2 weeks ago,
Okay, great.
and it was $12.50 per 100,000.
And we said it's a broad estimate. It's not exact. So, yeah.
Yes.
If it got too many years out of date, it might.
Anything else? Okay, well, I will take your comments on board. I will, and please don't hesitate to send me any other comments as you think about them over the next couple of days. I'm happy to incorporate, like I said, no pride in authorship here. Okay. Okay, thank you for that. Well, it looks like we covered a lot of ground in a very short period of time.
Well done. And I found all those emails, and they're all sitting in a printer tray now. So I will be ready on
Thursday.
night. Yeah.
All right, future draft agendas. We have a meeting on Thursday to continue voting on the articles. And Thursday night, I would also like to make some judgments about meetings the following week if we feel we need them. I want to jump ahead for a moment to May 15th, the date of the annual town meeting. And we have to convene as a committee before that meeting starts. So I'm suggesting to you all 8:45 for convening of our meeting, unless there's something that requires us to meet earlier.
Tell me what time?
8:45 on May 15th.
Just 15 minutes early.
Yeah, it's only 15 minutes early. So in the same space, I mean, that might work. We traditionally did it a half hour early.
We've done it 15 too.
Okay.
Unless something comes up that we need to.
Do we have, it's just like have to be posted?
Yeah.
Yes.
So could you post it for a half hour and we might start late?
Okay, Walter.
The reason being that if
We
you
don't
post
actually-
it at 8:45, you can't start at 8:30.
I will post it for 8:30. And that we will use 8:30 if we have to. Otherwise, we will actually physically convene at 8:45.
Okay, thank you.
And
John,
the
is
meeting
that
actually stays open for the duration of the town meeting in case the board wants to have any discussions and act. So the meeting isn't just from 8:30 to 9 o'clock, but it's from 8:30 or whenever until the conclusion of the annual town meeting.
Yeah. And if you talk to the town clerk's office, they'll give you the wording that's been used in the past to reflect that it's open. I'm blanking on the word.
Yeah.
Coincidentally to the town meeting.
Thanks, Beth. I will do. Any other comments about future agenda? So my goal, I'm
I
sorry.
will look out the word. There's a relatively verbose motion to adopt the booklet that allows corrections and typographical errors and things. And I know that that used to be passed around. I've got it written down somewhere, so I'll send that to you, Mike, just so you have it.
Have you done a conversation with the printer in terms of the timing they need?
I've already talked with the selectman's office. They would like the document by the 7th, which is a Friday, May 7th. And that gives us plenty of time to get it to the printers and have it delivered to the school before the meeting.
So,
You're good.
Do we have the guesstimate of how many copies you're going to want to make? You're going to want us to print?
You know what? We've talked about all of this in the past, and I think we were around 200 or 250 copies last year.
Yeah, I think there may be more people this year since since there's fewer COVID. If you're going to talk to Wendy in the town clerk's office,
Yeah.
just ask her what her sense is. She usually has a pretty good sense.
Yeah.
Hey, Mike,
Yes.
unless I'm looking at this wrong, like Thursday's meeting's the 29th.
Correct.
So we would have to meet the following week because you want it done on the 7th, which is the following Friday. So we probably have to meet to agree on the book at least.
Okay. Let's decide.
One or both of those days.
Yeah. Let's decide that Thursday night what day would be. Okay.
Could
Any
probably
other-
delegate that, given the draft, depending how far you get, I guess, by Thursday.
I've got the weekend.
Yeah, no, okay, I was gonna say we could delegate. We don't have to vote on the final book if it's nothing substantive.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times we agree that the chair and the co-chair can, finish and edit with, for minor fixes. So we do leave it sometimes in the poor chair's hands.
Thank you. I
Just thought I'd,
feel so blessed about that. Thank you.
if I
Any other future draft issues? Okay, liaison reports. Any reports, folks?
schools are starting full day in a lot of the grades now.
Yes, high school was back. I noticed the students outside under their tents today. Any other liaison issues or comments?
Melanie, your hand's up.
My hand is up. Can you hear me?
Sorry, Melanie.
That's
My
okay.
apologies.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. So I'm just going to kind of revisit the fireman warrant because I think there were questions with regard to the almost 15,000 they got. It was 14 and some change.
Yeah, 14.
After speaking with the chief, a couple of things. He sent me like a spreadsheet, which I'll be happy to share with everybody if they want it, regarding the cost of setup for a new employee. Because we discussed, the warrant is written for a second set of turnout gear. And then I think, Paul, your question was, will we be decreasing it in light of the monies? Or does it stay the same? And additionally, someone's leaving, they have a new hire, roundabout for just one set of gear to get somebody completely prepared to go out, I believe came in the neighborhood of $9,800. That's not taking in consideration their second set of turnout gear. The one thing that he did, because he went back and watched the meeting and said, the way the warrant is written, it looks as if, you do the math and it should equate to X number of dollars per turnout gear set. However, there are variables in place with that with regard to sizing. Just like if any of us went to the store and we needed an XXL, sometimes you pay a little more. Same thing with this kind of gear. So even though the math didn't look like it added up, some sets are more expensive than others. Gloves, the whole gamut of what they have to need depending on the size of the person is not just that standard, divisor. Does that help with the questions?
Paul, does it help you?
That doesn't really ring totally. So we're assuming everybody's Excel. I don't know. That's a big gap, but that's okay. I mean, it's good that we looked into it, I think.
Is it correct to say that the $9,800 is setup is more than just turnout gear? It's other equipment that they get, whether it's a radio, I don't know, whatever, and so that you get 9,800, and then there's probably say 3,000 or 4,000 or 2,000, whatever the other second set costs, which is just the turnout gear.
Correct.
And that gets you pretty close to the 14, because the 98 starts at 10. So
Right.
Yeah.
But again, I'll be happy to share that it was just a down and dirty this is what they need to get somebody set up. So if you want me to forward it, I'll be happy to do so.
Well, it's kind of good to know that that's an average onboarding cost for a new firefighter.
Mhm.
I mean, that's something we should keep in the back of our minds.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beth?
I sent a text to Amber. I want to make sure it was Amber and Kristen. Actually, I'm not sure. Yeah. I sent a text to Amber and Kristen asking about the Chapter 70 money.
Okay, wait a second. No, 1 second, Beth. Are we done with the article on the firefighter equipment? Okay, thank you. Beth, go ahead.
Sorry. And I said there seems to be questions about the large amount of Chapter 70 money and is it a one-time thing? And Amber responded back, all my understanding is that it's our new base level and it won't go backwards. And our enrollment will likely go up next year for a hopeful second small bump, but we'll see. That's part of the speculation.
Okay.
Okay. Can you forward that to me?
Yeah.
So I can include that in my conversations with Christy and Alan.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Okay. Any more liaison comments, reports? Move to public reminders. Any public reminders? Beth?
Wear masks, get vaccinated, socially distance, and stay healthy.
Anybody else?
Not in that order.
You still have an opportunity for public feedback at Westborough Master Plan. Go to the town website, look for Westborough Master Plan, and see your opportunity for public feedback. Even if you want to offer public feedback on 1 or 2 of the 9 sections, any of your feedback is welcome.
Thank you, Jody. Anybody else? Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Is there a second?
This is early.
A
One-
second.
Bradley, second.
Bradley seconds. Any discussion? Move to a vote. Ready? Yes.
Blomberg, yes.
Ford, yes.
Bradley, yes.
Hensley, yes.
Eagle, yes.
Leslie, yes.
Roush, yes.
Dr. Siddiqui?
Siddiqui, yes.
900. We are adjourned. See you all Thursday night. Same time, same place, I guess.
Thank you.
Ed. Thank
Thanks
you.
all.
Ed, for tonight.
Thank you.
Night.
Have a good evening.
So Michael,
Good
as we
night.
go off air, I need two things. One is next week I'm in California, so I don't know whether or not I'll be here Thursday, but I don't know whether or not I'll be able to call in or not.
Okay,
It all depends on timing more than anything else.
okay. Well,
And relatives.
yeah.
Um,
that's good.
And
Thank
then the other thing is that the message from Amber is sent as a text. So the easiest way for me to forward it to you would be to send you a text.
Yeah, it's fine.
But I don't actually know your number. So if you want to send it to me in an email or something, then I can.
No, I'll just tell you. It's
Okay. Well,
508 579 6937.
thank you. We'll send it to you shortly.
Thank you.
Night all.
Walter, you saying good night?
That's saying good night, I guess.
Good night. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for your input. And you and I will have a conversation about filling in the blanks.
Yeah, I glossed over the blanks just because they weren't filled in, and I read, the other text, which I thought was good, but I didn't want to, I don't know. I figured without numbers, it was just going to
Yeah.
be too crazy, but it looked like it'd be fun. Yeah, there's a lot of blanks on the numbers, but that's okay.
All right.
Easier to fill them in than not know what we're putting in.
Yes, that's true. Thank you. Have a good night.
It was a good structure. I mean,
Yeah,
some people are not going to be able to read that because I don't want to say it has too big of words because I don't even know how to describe it. But nonetheless, it said what you needed to say.
Okay.
yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
Heather?
I got my chart.
Okay.
All right.
I'm off and running.
My
Zephyr?
Yeah, so I'm just checking few things here that am I getting all the emails? So let me tell you what I got. So then I got the AFC ATM 2021 article worksheet version 6/4/2021 as an Excel sheet. That's all I got. In the very beginning, I think in March, I got the document with all the written and everything about all the warrants and articles listed, multiple pages. I have not received any other version since then.
You get the invites to the meeting now, right?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, so you get the Zoom link, but you also at the same time, Mike usually sends the Zoom link in one email and a second email almost at the exact same time that has like 3 or 4 documents in it.
Yeah, let me show you.
So you should have gotten one yesterday, Zephyr, from me.
Yeah.
In
So that's
addition,
version 7, just an Excel document. That's all it is. It's not
that's coming from Paul Ugal.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
sent that at 8:08.
Yesterday at 7:28 p.m. Sunday night, Michael sent 3 Word documents.
Yeah.
Yeah. One is a agenda AFC minutes meeting and R&R 2022 message.
Yeah, and he accidentally double sent it.
Oh, did
Or I
I?
got 2 copies. Not sure why.
So when I'm looking at the warrants, in the beginning, I got a multi-page document about all the warrants with some explanations about all the warrants, not just the Excel sheet.
Right.
Is there a different versions of that?
Okay, so remember how I asked at the beginning of the meeting about what date the latest version was sent out? The warrant articles get updated.
Maybe Christie didn't send it to you.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm
They're
thinking.
all it's a blind copy. I'll forward it to you now. But
So it was sent on April 20th.
Yes.
It
And it
didn't
was
really
version
say who
8.
it went to. It was like a BCC.
So if you send to me, and I know I have all the town documents here. If you send it to me, I'll tell you whether it was sent to me before or not. Because once I see it,
It might not be. You might not be on Christie's.
that's what I'm thinking. Christy or Leah may not have my email.
I will make sure that tomorrow.
Yeah, remember when I said when you first came on, one of the hardest things is knowing what emails you're not getting?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the ones from Leah went through Michael, so you should have gotten those. She didn't send them directly to us.
Correct.
So did something was sent directly from Christy?
Yes.
The version
warrant.
8 of the warrant.
I didn't get that.
Okay.
Yes, I just forwarded you version 8 of the warrant.
Okay, let me see.
And Zephyr, I'll check with.
I got that. I just got that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll
So-
check with Christy and Leah to make sure they both have your email.
Yes, this is what I'm missing. This is what I was looking for. What I just got. I think I'm not. Christian and Leah does not have. Christy and Leah does not have my email, so I'm not getting from them.
Yeah, now Leah's stuff came through Michael.
Yeah. Leah generally follows a process. You know what happens, I think, if Christy sends out an email, one of the admins just pops it out. And so I'll make sure that everybody who needs to have our emails has them.
Yeah, this is one. So I got the early one, version 5, and then I didn't get anything in between. And this is the version 8 I just got.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So when we get the latest, we have to make sure it gets it.
Yeah.
Sure, I'll read through this.
So you should, the catch is because the warrant closes on Tuesday, you should expect one by Thursday, like before Thursday.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
So I just sent you the text. Hopefully it went through.
Haven't seen it yet, Beth.
Okay.
Not showing it.
508-579-6970. I sent it to a random stranger. I will now forward what I sent. I inverted the 3 and the 7.
Hey, I just got an email, a text from Beth.
Well, hey, it's a public meeting. It's okay. Oh boy, I'm getting phone calls.
All right, I'll send it to you with the numbers correctly inverted.
Can you hang on, please? Okay, bye.
That is too funny.
Yeah.
I'm glad I checked because I would have thought I did it. I don't invert numbers too often.
Okay. Hey, Aiden, are we still live?